So today we're going to talk about something that sounds super fancy, and us therapists like to throw this around like it's a wheatgrass shot and a hot yoga. But it's actually really important and vital to your health, especially when you experience CPTSD. So get to the point, Joe. What is it that you're talking about? Well, we're talking about emotional safety. So if you have CPTSD, emotional safety is the holy grail of not losing your mind in everyday life. So what is emotional safety? So imagine walking into a room and you don't have to check underneath the couch to see if there are any emotional landmines. What the hell does that mean, bro? Well, I'm going to tell you. So that means when you're expressing yourself, no one's going to roll their eyes, no one's going to huff and puff, no one's going to reject you for you just being yourself and having the freedom to being yourself. The problem is when you experience CPTSD, many of us have a hard time expressing ourselves because we don't feel safe. Well, why don't you feel safe? Well, we don't feel safe because we've been traumatized due to complex trauma and developmental trauma, bro. How you not get that? I don't know. So when you grow up with chaos, learning emotional safety is not part of that chaos. In fact, you learn to dysregulate yourself, disassociate, fight, flight, more times than not, flight or fawn. Because when love is conditional, meaning you have to do something or perform a certain way in order to receive that love, then you learn that the world is unsafe, your caregiver is unsafe, and you can't actually feel safe with that person because they're dangerous and they show time and time again that they're gonna hurt you. So what that tells your nervous system is we can't feel safe. We always have to be on guard and feel paranoid in order to feel secure. So it dysregulates your system over time, and in fact, it teaches you how to be emotionally dysregulated, which is the opposite of emotional safety. So emotional safety isn't just about feeling good. Number one, it's about trust. And you might say, trust in what, Joe? So trust that you can show up as your goofy self, as your playful self, as your serious self, as your angry but controlled self, your excited self, and you get it. And when you feel like you can trust the person that you're around, you feel emotionally safe and you can be yourself 100%. Number two is consistency. You can show up as you are, and the person who you have a relationship with can also show themselves as they are, and there's no unpredictability. No one's going to be super angry one day, super sad the next day, super happy the next day. The next day they're going to start hitting on you. Next day they're going to tell you I love you. They're going to be extremely consistent in who they are, and that allows you to be extremely consistent in who you are. And as a result, you have number three, which is regulation. When you feel regulated, you feel honored to be who you are, to tell your story, to listen to people authentically without being disassociated, dysregulated, triggered, or fawning or performing in order to fit in. So now here's the paradoxical part, which is a fancy way of saying kind of weird and slightly contrasting to what I just said. But emotional safety isn't just about finding people who feel safe. What? How you just said that emotional safety is about finding people who feel safe. Give me a chance to speak, bro. So half of it is learning to find people who you feel safe with, but the other half is having self-compassion for yourself. Just being safe with yourself. If you come up to someone and you don't really get a good vibe from them, it's okay to go, you know what? I don't feel like I'm going to mess with this person. I have enough self-compassion, enough self-respect, enough boundaries, and I feel safe enough to not really have a relationship with this person. I don't have to be mean, but I don't have to fawn. I don't have to people please in order to be accepted. I can just dismiss it as what it is and just walk away. And so that's why I say it's a paradoxical thing, right? Because on one hand, you want people who are emotionally safe, but on the other hand, when you encounter people who are not emotionally safe and you have self-emotional safety sounds kind of weird, but you get what I mean. When you feel secure within yourself and you have emotional boundaries and are grounded, you can determine whether or not you want a relationship with someone or not. Now, this sounds a lot easier to do than what it is, because when you suffer from CPTSD, you always have this little voice in your ear that's whispering, hey man, just fawn. Just pretend to like fit in. I know you never feel like you belong, so just say whatever it is so they can like you. But here's the thing. You need to stop that and say, you know what? It's okay if I don't fit into this crowd. Maybe the next crowd I'll fit into. Maybe the next person will be emotionally safe for me. And I don't have to fit into everyone I meet. And we don't all have to be friends when you first meet someone. Sometimes it's okay to be someone's acquaintance, associate, or good friend, or not even connected at all. To sum it up, emotional safety isn't just about being on the couch with a nice warm blanket, chilling in your soft, nice, relaxed environment, watching silent mind videos. It's a little more than that. It's being able to have a safe space of friends, being able to have self-compassion for yourself, which is self-compassion. You don't have to say yourself after that, but you guys get what I mean. And being okay with sometimes things don't always work out in relationships, and it's okay to walk away and have your boundaries. And that personal hack is like having a VIP backstage ticket to one of your favorite concerts like Coldplay. Just don't get caught on the kiss cam with your mistress, because that's a big ass no-no. So yes, on paper, emotional safety might sound kind of simple, but it's extremely revolutionary. Revolutionary is kind of a strong word, but for CPTSD survivors, if you can't tap into emotional safety, that's literally a 360 on rewiring your brain, and that's huge. And on the flip side, it's also kind of hilarious when you spend so many years thinking that you can never feel emotionally safe, and when you do feel it, your nervous system goes, oh shit, we actually feel kind of safe. Yeah, man, we're doing something right. Okay. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, leave that subscription, leave those comments, and I appreciate you like always.